back in here with SS Crew Rouge, Ellison, Hope, and Achilles. I got here instantly. I'll be teleporting from different areas. I guess a whole different time of day.
Lisbon is clear as
Being
far as
said,
London and Paris.
this morning.
Are you sure you can find this one place?
Sword clear as day, Hope. It's a convent.
Teleport
Right
all
close
the way
by the
from
harbor.
there all the way back.
I might have visited the sisters once or twice.
Given your present knowledge of the site, this duty falls upon you.
Okay.
You understand what must be done?
Find the precursor temple and retrieve the piece of Eden.
Finally obtained a ship for crossing the ocean. Have no worries. I will keep the Morgans safe in New York.
Thank you. Liam and I will leave straight away.
Liam is unavailable at present. Your crew and ship await. Be careful, Shay. Pieces of Eden are powerful relics.
Okay. I can feel that. I feel like sun's dawning upon this moment. Like when we come over here, it's not gonna be what we expected in the case of the Eden, how things are like and whatever. In Portugal, November 1755. On the ship with British red sails.
Feast of All Saints. What a sight. And here I am, looking for a relic from the time before Adam and Eve. Strange days indeed.
Benedictus est, Domine, Deus universi quia de tua largitate accepimus vinum, uo tibi oferimus, fructum vitis et operis manum hominum, ex quo nobis fiet
Preached out in church.
in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Do a lot of precursor temple where people publish. Interesting. Yeah, this game's already getting 5 out of 10. I'm playing. Alright, let's see. It's already very fucking disrespectful to be doing this in the middle of prayer out this mode. Okay, not enough fall there. Okay. Yeah. So I have to go to all these other parts and give us a chance to unlock it. Alright. Pretty easy. Everything's good. Depends how easy metaphorically we can get there though as well. But these random pieces just out here in the public. Most people would not understand how these pieces work or even have a form of a key like us in this case. But I don't even think it would just matter about a key in the form of the hidden blade. Anybody with a blade to this extent could do this, because the hidden blade, again, at hardcore, is just another type of blade. It's a whole different name and functionality. So, I don't know. I feel like kind of not the best security, if I'm being honest. This is what fuck. Eagle vision will be the final one. So you get these big pillars, but how am I exactly supposed to line myself up for this whole ladder issue? Key is placed. Yeah. That leg still feels like I break my bones from doing that shit.
This must be it. Precursor site.
Yeah, no one comes down and follows me from there. This is very unprotected. Holding the piece that can cause biggest cause of harm. Like, look at this motherfucker, man. We're up in an ancient cave. Looking like I'm up in a fucking nest filled with volatiles, like this dying light. Like that, and just fuck. You don't got any other form of protection? What the fuck? So basically, since we moved this thing, it's now caused into destruction? Earthquake? What's happening? All the above. Holy shit. Everybody move out! Get! Yo, chaos is erupting. Yo, move. Excuse me. Move! Get doing stuff for 2 seconds. Or will be the optional objective not to take damage. I do not know. There's no disrespect to y'all religion. Y'all gotta stop praying. Y'all gotta start moving. Perfectly, or it's just whatever, and I'm still safe to run with no repercussions. I'm gonna be taking severe damage off this mug. Oh shit. I seem to be dying like a motherfucker. I ain't cracked all 3 points of my ribs. Respect the shade still, push on. So destructive. As soon as we took the precursor site, this erupted devastation on this entire place. This earthquake is just beyond general earthquake, bro. This is just straight up chaos rolling every place. You ain't even got a quarter of the way there, it seems like. It seems like we got up in 2012 something. I ain't gonna watch that movie like that. It's legit. Looked at little bits and things from it, because 2012 on account sucks. It's an idea though. That front foot into that though.
How could God do this to them? God had nothing to do with this.
See my man's agree right there in Ascension. So in reference, especially says God did, correct me if I'm wrong, in the case of the Bible, calls an earthquake to destroy all heavenly sins at this moment. So pretty sure that. I just look up, so I actually may need to recorporate all my formal knowledge with this being said, 'cause I'm not trying to spout ignorance, and even with me just waking up doesn't take away the fact of my smartness and my brain cells. That being said, is this an accounting for the situation and ascension to something like that? God did destroy a town / city for doing a bunch of heavenly sin shit, and this goes into the case of him sweeping the entire place of homophobes in this case, not in the sense of homophobic people, but homosexuals, because of him disowning that, which multiple people still preach that in the kind of being full-on Christians / full-on former Catholic people. And so with that being said, God doing that to this God sin is in the same place as this, but in this case it's only by the reckoning form of the sin of greed. In this case it's us going after something that we have no business trying to actually touch. But it's kind of weird, because how is something of this chaotic power, a precursor that's a whole different form of Eden power that we have seen from this point, able to destroy something so hackably and not even protect it in the best way? You can legit touch this motherfucker, it dissolves into dust, and then everything else is eradicated. How is in this hectic form of destruction so hectic that it can destroy an entire place, make a whole landslide of a city? And it has the most weirdest protection. You could just take a blade. It doesn't even matter if it's a hidden blade. Checkmate on this stuff. Get into the cave. Touch it. And there's no other case of contraption that actually allows us to make a challenge of this. No puzzles. Nothing. We can just walk forward to it. And I guess it's supposed to show that they're in place here. Like
so
that.
What's the next
the earthquake.
You want me to smite? What happened in Haiti happened in Portugal. A great earthquake. Thousands dead next to your damned manuscript!
This cannot be.
Jay, a person cannot start an earthquake.
A person
precursor
meddling with these precursor machines could. You saw the box, Hope. The temple was filled to bursting with that kind of power. You made me slaughter innocents!
How dare you!
You defend him? Achilles sent me in there like Macandal sent his man in Haiti.
What the hell's going on? Stop this!
The operation was delicate. Perhaps
you are shifting the earth itself.
All the way from that place
to
to here, arguably, we maybe have an overthink of this stuff, but he has every reason to be mad for that. No, you can't tell him you can't be mad from that. My question is, what if my man Shay
fool
gonna
if he
do
thinks
now?
I'll leave this be. Achilles cannot be trusted. He must never find another precursor temple. I don't care that he's mentor, or that his family is dead. There's no excuse for this level of madness.
I'm gonna peep game that, but let me go ahead and open a little bit more of my thoughts before we get into anything else. I peep game, you feel me? How is something like this so hefty that gets to the ascension of God rolling up an earthquake on people because of their big ass sins, and it doesn't even have protection? Their only protection is in case of unlocking stuff, but somebody casually, not understanding it, could do that, and it's not even hidden ingrained. It's not even like it's hidden to the point where only a person with eagle vision can know it, at least from what we're seeing in piece with this stuff. And even with that, I can understand it. That's one layout, but that's not as big protected, because they're ingrained inside a church where 1,000 people come every day, most likely, And when you come into this church, it opens up like this, leads into a cave that's been there for centuries. By the account that it's been there before Adam and Eve, which the high problem means before two humans were even implanted onto this earth. If we want to go either by Bible scripture or the evolution of the world, whatever form of theory you want to put it into play. And then you got this motherfucker coming over here that can just come over here and open it up, touch precursor site. This thing is so down protected that it doesn't even matter if it would be human or a little ecosystem erosion. How is something this powerful that by one touch, it being displaced from its position, is able to bring out so much of a chaotic wave of destruction like this? Because I'm not saying this like Shay is just dumb doing it because he didn't know. But he comes over here, he touches it, it grovels into dust. How is something this powerful not protected in this way? That's really what I don't understand. I understand if it's supposed to be like this for the plot sense, because obviously plot relevance is going to put this into play. But it kind of doesn't make sense to an overarching bunch, because multiple different things, if we really want to go ahead and analyze and keep pressing and pinching this plot and decoding it, because it really don't make fucking sense for how something so powerful is placed in this and can be de-raveled and make an eruption like this out of nowhere. If it's been based like this for so long, there has to be construction made around it to the point where it wasn't like this. Because we can just walk in this cave with no puzzle, no guards that are celestial-like beings, nothing like that. Something like this, so powerful, beyond any other power of the Eden, to do mind control, de-ravel people's sanity, cause insanity, do a bunch of other case shit. Nothing. Nothing. Not even one that allows you to go ahead and piece different points of Eden. Nah, one that can cause earthquakes, my nigga. Earthquakes. And you talking about this not having best protection. No shit, it's not. Like, you should not come over here doing this shit. And that goes with Achilles and all that. But I don't know if you really made that clear, because Achilles didn't understand that. And even with that being said, by going more into the point of what he wants to go ahead and push for, that still would cause disruption on the world either way. So in conclusion with my thoughts, I understand why Shay is mad. The plot kind of falls off with this more and more, because how is this shit not really protected? It doesn't make sense. I kind of understand it and would give it a chance. It really does not work by all fundamentals. And the reason why I'll give it a chance to recuperate back onto is in accounting for the situation that it's supposed to be meant like this, that it's an ancient thing, and by more times we were not supposed to touch it, and doing this serves the entire point of why it's there. It's supposed to keep things in check from a earth underbarrel type of thing. But even then, it doesn't make sense. So I don't even mess with that being said. But fuck it, we're getting off that topic, because I don't want to make this be a whole Malcolm X rant on this. But I'm just making the point in conclusion. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. And I understand what Shay's meant. I can understand another point, that correlation for him not having the best time with this is because of the fact of all that destruction going heavy on his mind. Obviously, he travels from somewhere super far, so he basically has possibly a month to go and recuperate all his thoughts. But even now, I can understand kind of his madness to an extent. But my question is, what is he gonna do now? And is it to a level extent where he goes to a distraught place, where then from this he becomes a Templar? Because obviously we know he's not gonna fuck with the assassin no more, because of the point of view that they're pushing for. My question is, does he do some destructive shit? Do I start murking my own brothers? Do I start doing uncanny shit? Does my character become a whole villain, not even anti-hero, or a consumable villain that has relative reasons and realistic point of view? Like, what am I about to do? And that's what we're about to see now, so I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just really understanding this to a higher plane, because I'm trying to understand, how does a plot like this even be put into play? How does this have conversation to the same rotten extent and destruction that God brought out an account for sin, in this case, for the birthplace amount for sin, with earthquake and correlation of a wave tsunami to disperse an entire city of homosexuals and homophobe sense for this? Disperse entire city in a homophobe sense because of the fact that obviously God not liking that from all assumption, because they're kind of feeling how you see about God and the person claiming to count people with sin to feel about it in the kind of faith, wherever you want to go about it, because I don't even pitch that to myself, because one, I'm not God, and that's not my case, my belief in this case, and I believe in God, obviously, and I believe they take me in all hospitality, but in this point of this being said, what is being said, I'm talking super fat at the end, it's just simply, when you put it in the words like this, it kind of falls off because it's not even more protected, and it's not even too egregious coming to the sin of God dispersed the entire city in a relative form involving a person's greatest sin, which is not what he did in the accounts of the Bible. It's just very weird in a sense in a place of point. Correct me if I'm wrong and account for my case of ignorance. With that being said, I'm just keeping it forward that with this being said, doing this in this type of way is not bad, so I'm not trying to keep shade in the bad with this being said, and that's not even how I said. I'm just making that very clear that Shay has every reason to proclaim anger in this case to Achilles in the assassin's point of view counting the ideals, but penetrating the entire Assassin's Creed Brotherhood over one thing and without you a verbal or confined understanding in the bigger case is very weird. If that would even be the case, because maybe he gets dispersed from the assassins, disown whatever, and so in the accounting configurates his own mortal form of what he wants to do. And so then when the lineup involving the assassins comes into play with Templars, he's joining the Templars for whatever case or reason possibly. Because with him being kicked out, he'll have no reason to go and do possibly what he does, maybe recuperate in the case of his own mortal form and what he wants to actually go and do. So with that being said, he basically changes up and does something else. I'm saying it so fast it just sounds super fucking weird, but I'm still solidifying what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's just go and get into it. I'm just saying him getting kicked out and doing his own thing will recuperate his own mortal form of sense that he needs to go ahead and stop this, and whatever the case, immorality come into play with that. I don't mean this mortal like he's immortal, but his own mortal form of what he wants to go and make things be in a kind of a situation like this.
Only one thing to do.
To the homestead. Testing the bow. Click out the blade. Map.
There's no turning back now.
For this.
I had such hopes for you, Shay.
Achilles, I have to do this.
And what is it you're doing exactly? Stealing from your brothers? Betraying me?
Someone must make amends.
Make amends? You have no idea what you're doing. The future of the whole continent, maybe the whole world, is tied up in that manuscript.
Perhaps. But we don't have the right to decide that future.
The right! We have the responsibility!
We are responsible for killing innocents and destroying cities. This mad grab for power. It ends now.
I will not let you destroy everything we have built!
A little bit excessive, but we gotta start fighting like this.
Assassins! Stop him! Stop Shay!
It's gonna be impossible. We even want it to hold their thing. What is actual fucking ship shooting monsters and shit? What the fuck? Bro. What was that for? When this man's about to kill me myself.
Don't you listen to reason, Shay.
How am I gonna listen to reason? Y'all trying to kill me, bro. Almost got exploded. What's happening right now, man? For everyone.
Have you gone mad?
That wasn't death for him, because I wasn't trying to do that in between technically in this here.
Haven't I taught you anything?
If you do not climb.
You will have to run faster than that. He's in my sight. I'll catch you one way or another.
Onto a dead end. Gotta throw that book in the water.
That's enough.
Give back the manuscript, Shay. I'm sure Achilles...
I cannot! I will not let this happen again.
And pointing the
All
gun at my
those souls
chest.
lost. One more hardly matters. Shay!
You just shot me in the back, bro. I'm already about to go and kill myself. What is the point? Yeah, I killed that dude on accident. Alright, well. It's a lot coming together in this conflict.
A glitch in the memories. There seems to be more data. Okay, numbskull. I can't pull you out of the chair right now. You'll just have to see this through. This is bizarre. These memories seem to take place some 20 years after the one we just saw.
Are you certain?
Positive. This means... Shay must have survived that fall.
If he is the man I believe him to be, then he has. Keep going.
The data is fragmented. This memory is incomplete. Let me see what I can do. Listen up. We need to find out what Shay's up to. This memory's gonna look a little rough, but I'm like 90% sure sequencing this memory won't kill you. All right, numbskull. We don't know where Shay is or what he's doing there, so keep your eyes and ears open.
I want to know the reason Shay came to this place.
You heard the man. Let's move.
Where are you going? New York? Boston? Character looks how he is over in the trailer. I don't know what type of stance that was in between them, but okay. Character up in some town or possibly lower part of the city. Interesting. Walking about, around with a coat. Start popping them off. But like I said before, my possible plan, because of the fact that obviously got dishonored assassin, got shot in the back, somehow is going to survive. Because that shot right there, it looks like wouldn't have killed him just from drowning, snapping his whole back and neck. I do not know. But maybe because of the fact of him coming into contact with the Templars, because of the case of what he wants to go ahead and do in stopping the assassins, and stop him, get a pocket, see that they do, in this case, possibly assassins, using their aura as a way to revert around and do criminal stuff. He basically is ready to go and means
Franklin traveled
save him.
France.
In between is a
That guy
month
said
taking
Notre
the kids
Dame.
mad for what he wants to do for the people,
Seamus
but
came
not allowing
here.
the assassins
Show
to
me
do
what you
dreadful
got.
things like
Eliminate
that,
the
accident
threat.
or not.
Protect Franklin.
which then correlates to him needing to go ahead and kill them in between, because arguably killing them in the criminal acts that they do is something, because the assassinated caring about the people that they run over. Go about fine. Find assassins in Assassin's Creed game.
Help! Somebody help! Il ne nous échappera pas cette fois!
France.
Shit!
What happened?
That's all the data we have. We can't explore this memory further. For now. Shay couldn't have died, then appeared in France 20 years later. We're missing something.
Well, look, the last time I saw Shay within the zoo, he looked like in his 20s. Now look like mid-30s, so by
servers are
like,
messed up from the virus, so we can't access all of Shay's life at
like
once.
8 years passed. I'm talking like mid-30s in this case. I'm chilling.
Hit a wall and I'm busy with something. Why don't you go meet Otto Berg? You'll find him squatting in one of the offices.
Okay, I'm gonna go and do that in the next one. This has been a long episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed all this and crime films, different things that we've been doing. Past stuff from the last game. Far Cry 3 reference. Still got that Assassin's Creed full post to get my man where Kenway. Great grandfather, Conde Kenway. Father de Gotham. I'm gonna stop though. I love y'all. I'm gonna see you guys up in the next one. Peace out, mommy. Love y'all.